everyone, it's Delana. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about what's going on in the Blake Lively world. Three things I really wanted to break down was one, her new crisis PR manager, Nick Shapiro. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that recent video that surfaced of Ryan Reynolds talking about staring at a woman breastfeeding, which I swear to God, you can't make that shit up. And then the third thing is, what would you guys do if you were Blake Lively? And I have some of my thoughts on that of what I would do. So stick with me. Let's break it down. So one of the first things I want to talk about is Nick Shapiro, the new PR guy that Blake Lively hired. Apparently, he is an expert at crisis management. He dealt with the Hunter Biden laptop while he was in the CIA, and he was one of the 51 agents that voted it for being Russian collusion. So this guy is an expert on hiding deep shit. So I can see why he would be of advantage to her. I did a little bit of research with a lawyer on kind of what his perspective was, why she is kind of going like balls to the wall on this. And one of them is that his one of Justin Baldoni's claims is civil. It's a civil claim, but it's for extortion. But this certain claim, like extortion, can also be criminal. So, and it requires the same kind of evidence. So, if she is convicted of it civilly, then he could actually go after her criminally, which I think is where they're shitting bricks right now. So I think that's why they're going kind of balls to the wall, get the best guy out there for the job. Like I said, and I think that, and he said this as well, I think that they're going to such extreme because I believe that Justin Baldoni has actual evidence of the extortion. And one of the extortion things that he's talking about is getting the rights for the part 2 of It Ends With Us, being It Begins With Us would be the next movie. And I think that's where the extortion part comes in. So if they can prove that it is extortion in a civil court, they could take that same evidence and she could be convicted in a criminal court. And I saw that in some of my comments, like a lot of people think that she should be criminally charged for this. And I think that's why the extreme of the PR guy and hiding shit and all that other stuff is because if she gets caught or gets proven in a civil court that there was extortion, then they will probably go or could go after her criminally. So I think that's one of the things that's kind of, she's panicking right now in that Blake Lively world. So I really think that they really have to stop and think about where they're going to go from here. Like I said, I have some of my thoughts of what I would do if I was her. So I'll get to that at the end of the video. But the next thing I want to talk about was that whole Ryan Reynolds video of him talking about watching a woman breastfeed. And I'll play the video for you now.
Back to this morning, in the hotel lobby, a nursing mother caught me staring. And I didn't know what the appropriate facial expression was for that. I kept on staring and staring and staring. And then
So I thought that was very interesting. And I've had 4 kids. And I breastfed all 4 of my kids. So this whole thing about the breastfeeding and it being like, oh, he came in my trailer when I was breastfeeding. I don't know about all you who ever breastfed, but I've breastfed in a restaurant. You know, if your infant is solely responsible, you're responsible for all of their food. And for them living, if they need to eat, they're either going to cry or you're going to feed them. And I have never been kind of not shy. I would never obviously stick my boob out, but you know, you throw a blanket over, you put the child there. No one sees anything. It's not a big deal. And the fact that she actually invited him in, like, I don't think I would invite in someone who I'm not comfortable with to sit down and look at me straight in the eye and have a conversation. If I'm going to go off to the side in a restaurant or I'm going to, you know, be somewhere in a public atmosphere, I would totally cover up, but I'm not necessarily going to have a conversation with someone who I don't know or I'm very uncomfortable with, especially if I'm claiming SH on this guy. So the fact that she allowed him in her trailer in a personal space to have a conversation and talk about the script while she's breastfeeding, she obviously isn't bothered by it. And I swear to God, the fact that there's a video, sir, I love these internet sleuths to pull up this shit, but for him to talk about staring at a woman while she's breastfeeding, some guys, it's, it's more foreign to them. It's an intimate situation. So sometimes you might look and look again. I don't even think that's being a pervert. I really don't. I but the fact that he's going to say that, and then she's going to turn around while she invited this guy into her trailer to say those things, that she's uncomfortable with the whole SH thing, and that he's there watching her breastfeed, and like it was some kind of perverted thing. There's nothing perverted about that. There's nothing that's, in my opinion, sexual about that. So, yeah, very funny to see this video come out with Ryan Reynolds talking about it. Love the internet sleuths. They're awesome. So, next thing I want to talk about was like, what would you do now? My thoughts are, I would totally, if I was Blake Lively in this situation, I would 100% fall on my sword. I would be like, you know what? I just had a baby, my fourth child. I wasn't thinking clearly. I'm sorry. I don't know what you'd say, but I would definitely 100% fall on my sword. I just apologize. I think that's the only thing that Brian Justin Baldoni wants at this point. That's all he wants. I think he needs to clear his name. That is what he's looking for. And if she can provide that and just fall on her sword and say, I fucked up. I was uncomfortable. I didn't handle the situation properly. I blew it up in my own mind. I am sorry. He's a good guy. I take it all back. Let's move forward. And that's it. I really think that that's the most important thing that she can do right now. I think this is going to get completely out of hand. And I really don't see this going on for another year. I really think that if we keep pursuing this, or she keeps pursuing that, there's just going to be more and more information come out on Justin Baldoni's side. I think that he's got evidence up the wazoo, and that's why his lawyer is very confident in what they have to present in this court of law. And I really don't, if she's out there fishing for more information nonstop about getting every message that I ever wrote anybody in the last 2.5 years, she's fishing. She's fishing. She doesn't have it. And I don't see Justin Baldoni out there fishing for more information. Like I said, when I had this conversation with this lawyer about, the charges, the actual charges, like the extortion charges, he believes, and I believe too, that he actually has the evidence. I think he has it in either a text, video, or something extorting him for the sequel to this movie. And seriously, I've been hearing everybody talk about, like, well, what happens if their careers are over? And hopefully, if they don't apologize and they don't back out of this, I really hope their careers are over. But they have all the money in the world. He had that Mint Mobile that merged with T-Mobile, between the liquor companies, her hair care, whatever. But they have the money. They don't need the money. So why don't you just find another book? Why don't you just find a writer, write a story? Like, I don't understand. This is why I truly don't understand. So if someone could give me the answer to this. If they have all the money in the world, why wouldn't they just create another movie? Do another movie. And if she has the money, and she's always, like she said in a couple other videos, I want to author my, I want authorship or whatever she keeps saying. Well, then go make your own movie. You guys have the money. Make your own movie. That's all I'm saying. Make your own movie. You have the money to do it. You can hire writers. You can buy book rights. You can hire the actors. You can star in it. You can edit it. You can direct it. You can produce it. You can everything. What I don't understand is, why do you have to steal it from Justin Baldoni? Why? Please tell me why. Seems like a nice guy to me. I don't know him at all. However, the way I see, just from the outskirts looking in, he seems like a really good guy. And she seems like she's a spoiled kind of Nepo baby. And Ryan Reynolds, I'm Canadian. He's Canadian. Most Canadians are really nice people. So I always thought he was like this nice, sweet guy. And I think a lot of other people saw that about him too. And I think that's why he was very likable. I think his likability has gone through the tank. And I heard from somebody else that on his Instagram that he used to have all these comments, and now he hardly has any comments. And they were saying that one of the reasons is that a lot of the times their publicist goes in there and just stops all the negative posts for coming in. So his posts have gone from having thousands of responses and replies to like hardly any. I think they're kind of taking out all the negative quotes and everything that are in his feed. So again, guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Love your feedback, positive or negative. Love it. I really take it to heart. So again, please like, subscribe, and share. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.